Attention passengers for Alaska Airlines Flight 62 from Anchorage to Juneau. My name is Minnie, your gate attendant for today's flight. Our aircraft is currently being prepared for departure. We are scheduled to begin boarding at 7:11 p.m. That is approximately 30 minutes from now. Please have your boarding pass and identification ready. We will be boarding by group numbers, which are located on your boarding pass. Families with small children, as well as passengers who need extra assistance, are welcome to pre-board. Please stay close to the gate and listen for further announcements. We look forward to welcoming you on board. Thank you for choosing Alaska Airlines.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another wonderful live stream here in Microsoft Flight Simulator. Captain Zep, welcome aboard. Good to see you. Scotty D is here. What's going on, man? Welcome, welcome, welcome. We are live on the ground in Anchorage, Alaska, where it is kind of snowy, cold, and super windy. It's gusting up to 35 knots, I think, right now. So gusting up to 35 knots, going to make for a very, very spicy departure out of Anchorage as we head down to Juneau. And then from Juneau, a quick hop over to Sitka. So I think it's about an hour and a half or so flight to Juneau, if I'm not mistaken. About an hour and 17 minutes over to Juneau. And then it's only like a 35-minute hop to Sitka from Juneau. So going to be some good flying today here. We know what happened last time we went to Sitka, so hopefully that doesn't repeat here. For the last time we went to Sitka. Catering's coming on board. We got boarding starting here in roughly 7 minutes. We have the fuel truck already requested and on its way. We are connected to ground power. There's a Walker Air over there taxiing. Here in Anchorage, Alaska. Doing some Alaska milk runs here in the 737-700 tonight. Mark, good to see you. Zemp, you want to be the co-pilot? Sure. Zemp, what be your name? Milk runs are always fun, that's right. So, what do you mean something happened last time? We paid off all the witnesses. That's right, forgot about that. Shh, never mind. I didn't say anything. Ignore me. I didn't say anything. Oh, baby. So, fuel is coming though next. Catering is all done. The fuel truck will be here. We'll start our boarding here in about 6 minutes now or so. We do got some light rain. / possible snow. Super low pressure here as well. 2940 is our pressure in Alaska. So 2940. Make sure that this is on the right thing real quick. Hang on. Camera on here as well. We'll do field to the field truck allows will request our flight data and sim brief on the tablet there. That looks good. Let's go up top though, get our IRSs aligning. We'll get the music down here. IRSs are aligning. Field truck is in position. I think GSX is doing it for me. Yep, GSX will do it for me. I don't do anything. We're just going to double check its work here. Total fuel, we need at least 14,230. So I put in 14,4, so we're good there. Let's go in here and let's put in our position real quick. Grab the GPS. And we'll throw that in there. There we go. Click the wrong button. Cool. Oh, field truck is already done. But yes, you guys can hear the wind howling here in Anchorage. I don't even know what runway we're going to take off on, guys. So, real world says they're taking off on runway 25. When I look at the wind data for runway 25 left, it's a 19 knot crosswind and a 6 knot tailwind. But when I look at all the runways on Navigraph, all of them say not used except for that runway. And there isn't really any good runways, so... I mean, runway 15 is supposed to be good winds on runway 15, but it's... You know, it's saying not to use it. They're landing runway 15 though, so... I think we're going to try and take off runway 15. There's no ATC on board. Jordan, what's going on? Good to see you. Kevin, good to see you. What's going on? Welcome, welcome. So they're landing runway 15, so I don't see why we can't take off runway 15. It's the best for the winds, and it is, again, like I said, it's super spicy right now in Alaska. I don't know what the weather's like in Juneau. Let's look at the weather in Juneau. Weather in Juneau is definitely better. Some low visibility though. Rain, freezing rain in Juneau. Better pressure, higher pressure in Juneau. But we'll get this over planned to Unicom here. We'll get our squawk code in, which is 3541. 3541. Cool. Alright, that's off there for now. We'll get that on just like that. Cool. I guess we should probably get some tests. Make sure our aircraft is good to go. Light test. All of our lights are illuminating. That looks good there. Let's do some overhead flows. Window heats are coming on. No trim air to turn on here. Cool. Boom, boom, boom. And that's all good. We're going to go to flight level 350 today. So we'll put in 35,000 feet. 35,000 feet. Juneau, and altitude of landing is going to be 50 feet. So we got 50 feet in there. That looks good. Hydraulics are off. Cool. Good, good, good. Y'all can come on now. Cool. What else do we need to do here? Do a fire test. I'll make sure that fire test's ready to go. Never know. Might catch fire. Cargo fire. Uh-oh. My controls are not configured to the PMDG.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are ready to begin boarding for Alaska Flight 62, departing for Juneau. At this time, we invite those passengers requiring wheelchair assistance, families with small children, and those passengers in Group 1 to come forward. We also encourage mileage plan members to enjoy their priority boarding benefits at this time.
Alright, boarding is starting here, so we'll go ahead and tell TSX to begin boarding. Boarding is officially started, guys. You can hop on board our Boeing 737-700. Don't worry, it's not the MAX 9. Yeah, it's not the MAX, don't you worry. Out of my way. New crew is on board. Alright, we'll let GSX there put in all of our stuff. While it's doing that, we're going to go here and put in our flight pen route. Request from SimBrief. That is correct, and we'll request that in there. Yep. Get out of Mark's way, guys. Don't get in his way. Don't get in Mark's way. Alright, we'll load our flight plan in there. It's loading. Alright, legs are in. Cool. That looks good there. We can activate and execute. We'll do over here, double check our zero fuel weight. Make sure they put it in right. I got 112.9, so 13.0 is good. That looks all right there. I'll zap him. Alright, so departing here, like I said, we're going to go 15. We'll take the Anchorage 9 departure. We'll execute that.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are now inviting Group 2 passengers to board Alaska Airlines Flight 62.
Cool. Vector's out of here. That looks good. Arrival into Juneau.
Please have your boarding passes and identification ready. Thank you.
Arrival into Juneau currently wants us runway 8 into Juneau. And approach into runway 8. We got some RNAVs. Oops. Yeah, we got some RNAVs here. Let's see which RNAV we want into Juneau. That's the question. Oh, maybe there's only one RNAV Victor. RNAV Victor into Juneau. So let's go RNAV Victor. It's the only one we got a chart for anyways. And we'll come in from EF, I think. SSR. We can go either one. We'll go SSR, I guess. Execute that. Cool. That looks good. We can go direct to there. Alright, that all looks good there. Cool, cool, cool. Let's go to our weight and balance page and request our performance numbers. I think I had a 737 performance calculator. Hold on. Where did I get my performance calculator from? 7 performance calculator. Oh, that's right, virtual performance tool. I don't know if I signed up for an account or not. I guess I did not. Oh yeah, no, that's right. I looked at it and then I never signed up because I didn't want to pay for it. That's right. Alright. Jordan, what's going on? I posted some pictures of flight sim screenshots in my last couple months if you guys want to check it out. Switch up the feed for a change. Hey, sounds good.
Attention
I'll check a look here in a minute.
Group 3 for Alaska Airlines Flight 62 from Anchorage to Juneau may now begin boarding at gate number 5. Thank you for your cooperation.
Alright, there's an Alaskan plane just Push back there next to us, taxiing on out. Alright, so he's going out that way. Like I said, we're going to be going a different direction. There we have charts. Got this performance takeoff tool here. I don't know how well this really does performance. We'll import from there. Runway conditions are dry. Import from actually aircraft. Tax optimum. Import the weather. Calculate. Alright, so it's got us flaps 1 departure out of here. Yeah, it's different. Let's load in our numbers here. Okay, let's execute that. We're only going to 350, so we'll put 350 in there. Is that cost index correct? It does only have 14. We gotta bump that up to at least 50. Can't be going that slow. 350 is in. Cool. Outside D-rate temperature is going to be 48 degrees. 40 degrees in there. Takeoff will be flaps 1. Trim is in 26.1. Trim should be 5.03. It's not 5.03 for whatever reason. Speed should be 130, 31, and 35. So 130, 131, and 135. Cool. That's all in there. That looks good. Let's do our takeoff config test. We can do that. System test as well, and we'll be pretty much ready to go here very shortly.
Pull up.
We get the AP fired up here.
Wind shear. Terrain. Pull up.
Terrain, pull up.
Airspeed low.
Am I redoing the RNAV? Yes. RNAV Victor approach. Yes. That's what we currently have planned anyways. Let's go 135 in the box. Good. Flight director. It's coming on. We'll go straight to 350. And 350 is set. Runway heading. Oops, runway heading 15149. 149.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the final boarding call for Alaska Airlines, Flight 62, departing for Juneau. We invite Group 4 and any remaining passengers to please proceed to the gate for immediate boarding. Thank you.
We'll remove the chocks here. Right, we can go ahead and remove those chocks. Get the seatbelt sign on here. We'll call the tug in a minute. Boarding is still commencing here. We got 10 minutes to be on time, so we're looking good. We'll be out of here on time on our way to Juneau. Hour and 17 minutes on the first flight time. Probably only about 35 minutes or so on the second flight time, so real short hop on the second one to Sitka. These are all real-world flights powered by Alaska Flight 62 in a 737-700. Special talk is working. Cool. Let's get on over to Unicom. Got the transponder on here as we are just about ready to push. Just waiting for our crew to say boarding has been completed. Which I'm pretty sure they have.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the final call for Alaska Airlines Flight 62, departing for Juneau. Please proceed to the gate immediately, as we will be closing the gates shortly. Thank you.
Closing the gate shortly. So almost done. Almost ready to go. Almost ready to rock and roll. We are on Vatsim for any of you guys that want to fly along with us. Again, hour and 17-ish minutes of flight time. Going to be super spicy off the ground here. Wind is still gusting like a madman. Wind is still gusting up to about 35 knots or so. Alright, you're going to push now. Sounds good. Sounds good. We're just waiting for the final boarding call. Waiting for that final boarding call. Saying that our gates are closed. Yo, Mr. Richard, what's going on, man? Good to see you, my friend. Welcome back. Happy Monday. The fuel pumps, getting the hydraulics on here. Got that ignition switch over to the right. Auto brake RTO. Happy Monday. How was the shift today? You talking about at work? It was not too bad. Not too bad today. Rather uneventful for what normally happens at work.
Ladies and gentlemen, the gate for Alaska Airlines Flight 62 departing from Anchorage to Juneau is now closed. If you have missed your flight, please proceed to the customer service desk for further assistance. Thank you.
The flight is now closed. Hopefully they're closing the door. Let's go switch that side. Flight pages are on my side. We do need to do captain announcement. We'll do that right now. Do that right now before we push back.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome aboard. This is your captain speaking, Midnight Maverick. And yes, you heard that right, Midnight Maverick. Now I know what you're thinking. Is that his real name or just his stage name? Well, I'll let you in on a little secret. It's both. You're now on flight number 62. That's right, we're not just a jumble of letters and numbers here at Alaska Airlines. Now let me introduce you to my right-hand man, or should I say, my co-pilot, who is so cool we had to name him twice. Zemp. Now I'm not exactly sure if that's spelled with a capital Z or not, but let's not get caught up in the details. Our fantastic flight attendants for today's flight are Walter, Martha, Samuel, and Ella. They'll be the ones making sure you're comfortable, fed, and most importantly, safe during our flight. Now I've been told they're quite the quartet. In fact, they've been known to break into 4-part harmonies during the safety briefing. So, you're in for a treat. We're flying at a cruising altitude of 35,000 feet today. That's right, we're going all the way up there, folks. If you look out your window later and see a bird, don't be alarmed. It's probably just a really lost penguin. We're scheduled to land in Juneau at approximately 9:15 p.m. local time. Now I know it's a bit late, but hey, who doesn't love a good night flight, right? Ladies and just so you know, welcome aboard Alaska Airlines flight number and about 36
let's just
degrees
call it
Fahrenheit.
62.
So you might want to keep your umbrellas handy,
all those
or just
extra
use your
letters,
neighbors.
right?
I'm sure
My
they
name
won't
is
mind.
Walter, and I'll be your
In the
master of
meantime,
ceremonies.
sit
This
back,
airborne
relax,
extravaganza
and
today.
enjoy the flight.
All right,
Our flight
let's get this
attendants will
party
be coming
started.
around shortly.
If you haven't
with their
already
safety
fastened your
briefing,
seatbelt,
and I promise
either
you,
you've never
it's
flown
better than
before,
any
or
common
you're
show
trying
Fighting
to
over the
sit
flight
on the
attendants.
edge. Either way,
So if you have any
let's do it
questions,
together.
concerns,
Insert the metal
or
end
just
into
want to
the
hear a
buckle
good joke,
and pull the strap
don't hesitate to reach out
to
to me.
release. Just
Thank you for choosing Alaska Airlines.
It's
and
not
we
rocket
promise to keep
science,
the laughs
but if
coming
it is for you,
and the
we may
turbulence
need to have a chat
minimal.
later. Now, if we
Enjoy your
happen to
flight,
change our
folks.
flight route to, say, a nearby ocean or lake, don't worry, we've got you covered. Life vests are located under your seats. Take it out, put it over your head, fasten the belt, and pull the loose ends to tighten. Once you're out of the plane, pull the red tabs to inflate the vest. If you're too excited and pull them before, well, you'll have a balloon party in your lap. In the highly unlikely event that the airplane's air conditioning is too good, oxygen masks will drop down from above. Stop screaming, pull the mask towards you, place it over your nose and mouth, and breathe normally. If you're traveling with children, or anyone acting like a child, put your mask on first before assisting others. Speaking of children, for those of you traveling with babies, we appreciate the cute factor, but if there's a change in cabin pressure, those baby masks don't exist. You'll have to share your mask with the baby. Just make sure you're breathing too. In the seat pocket in front of you, you'll find a safety card. This is not a complimentary souvenir, but it does have important safety information about this aircraft. The oh-so-sexy B737-700. Take a moment to read it and appreciate the artistry. Now, let's talk about our fabulous exits. We have 2 in the front, 2 over the wings, and 2 in the back. Keep in mind, they might be behind you. In case of an emergency, leave everything and proceed to the nearest usable exit. We're almost done, folks. We just need you to ensure your seatbelts are fastened, seats are in the upright position, and tray tables are put away. If you're using electronic devices, switch them to airplane mode now. No, that doesn't give your phone wings, but it does stop it from interfering with airplane systems. Thank you for choosing Alaska Airlines. Now sit back, relax, and let's get this show on the road. Or rather, in the sky.
Nope. There, guys, work's calling. Alright, sorry about that. Work called. Alarm went off. Alright, where were we? Packs are on. Prop heat is on. Bleed off. APU off. Flaps are good. Flight control is checked, free, and clear. Those winds are strong. I told you it was gusting up to like 25 knots or something crazy. Alright, pressure's good. Brakes. Brakes get released? Nope. Can you break in? I think so. Supposed to be in flight mode? Shh. Don't tell anyone. Taxi lights on. Anchorage traffic. Alaskan 62 is taxiing Echo Mike Romeo, runway 15 for departure, Anchorage. We did add in the FT sim sounds as well. Oh, she sounds beautiful. Beautiful. Make sure you guys don't forget to smash down that like button. It's going to help us stay on the runway here with the wind. The more likes we get. Mr. Mark is ready for Toga. Here's Romeo. I think this is Romeo. Romeo, this is Golf 1. This is Golf 1. I don't know if we meant to go this way. Pretty sure we can go out this way. I could be wrong. Doesn't look like we can go out this way. There's exit that direction, but I could be wrong. But $2 are well worth it? Yes, I would agree. Yeah, I think we could go that way to Victor. We could go on the other side of that wall there. Mr. Kenny, what's going on? I hear Mav reinstalling the UN90. I installed the FT Sim sounds. Carlos, what's going on, Carlos? Good to see you. We're taxiing on out to the runway. My traffic button's not working, but that's alright. Clear on the right, clear on the left. Takeoff config checked and normal. You're in La La Land. We're going to start switches to continuous. Taxi down the runway here. Winds are still gusting. Gusting up to 31 knots. Sustained at 20 knots. Going this runway though, it's more of a headwind. So it shouldn't be too bad. Red Dog Mine, huh? Send me a link on Discord, House. Where's that at? Anyways. I'm sure the winds can't be any crazier than the 170 mile an hour hurricane winds we flew our Kodiak into. Nothing's gonna beat those winds. That shit was insane. SpaceX would? Maybe. Maybe. Yeah, it's insane. FT Sim Sounds only charges $2, and you can just download all the libraries and then don't have to pay him another $2. It's crazy. This stuff's worth at least $30 a month subscription. Taxi in Anchorage. We're almost there though. Paul Newman, what's going on? Welcome to the stream. Just in time for departure. Just in time for departure. Strobes on. Anchorage traffic, Alaska 62 is taking off runway 15 to the south. Alaska, Anchorage. Do I have all of them except for the 600? I don't have the 600 ball. I do not have the 600. Alright, here we go, friends. Chrono's coming on. Spam them toga emojis. Rolling departure. Engines are up. Stable. Toga. Oh, auto throttle. Then toga. Runway. departure. Look at that snowy Alaskan scenery, baby. Taking off like a rocket. Like a rocket ship, baby. Like a rocket. Beautiful. Alright, VNAV. And we're going to go direct to our first waypoint. Execute and LNAV. And flaps up. Oh yeah, nice and snowy, beautiful Alaska down there. Looking good. Command A is on. Engine anti-ice is coming on as we go through the clouds. We're looking good. We are looking good, climbing. Flying through the soup. But man, she sounds good. We'll break through these clouds here soon. Everyone needs to stay in their seat till we get past the bumpy clouds here. Breakout. Maybe. Almost. Teasing us. It's teasing us. Thought that was the breakout coming. Tiny breakout. It's trying to. Red dye migrant, it's used to gravel. Mine kind of paved when Alaska retired the 200. Nice. Scab. Trying to trick me with the disconnect. She's trying to break out from the clouds. We're getting there. We're going to Juneau. Right now we're climbing out of Anchorage. We just took off. We just took off, so we're still climbing, but we are going to Juneau. Definitely getting the moisture up here. Trying to break through the storm clouds. You can see the visible moisture on the plane now. Anti-ice is on so we don't ice over and die. Because that wouldn't be good. No one wants to see us die again in Alaska. If you guys haven't done so already, please don't forget to smash that thumbs up button. We're already at 15 likes, halfway to our normal goal. I think we need to start raising the goal. I think we need to start hitting 40 likes on each stream. Let's see if we can't do that here on this stream on Monday. I think the FT sound on the engine's missing some growl. I don't know. On the ground and takeoff, it sounded pretty good. I mean, we are in the 700 as well, but standard pressure coming in as well. And we have the wing lights, turn-offs, and the landing lights off. It could be because, like I said, we're only climbing at 94 too. I think we'll get the 777 by April. I think so. I'm hoping so. I think we will. But who knows? I think we will. These clouds. And there's a heavy medium, yeah. I think it, yeah. There needs to be a heavy medium between PMDG and not enough. I do like all the sounds though on startup better with FT Sim sounds and all that stuff. See the Flywire E380 cockpit photo? I did. Still not convinced it's coming out anytime soon, but I did. I think we're not going to get it, and it's going to be for Microsoft 2024. That's still my guess. Too soon. Who knows? That's a good question. What comes first? Block 2 from the Phoenix? Or the 777? Let's put you know what? Let's put a poll in chat. We're gonna put a poll. What comes first? Phoenix. Block 2. PMDG 777. There we go. Let's start a battle in chat. What comes first? maybe the question is, which one do we want to come first? In my personal opinion, I'd rather have the 777 or the Phoenix Block 2. That's just my personal opinion. I think I'm going to fly the 777 a lot of cargo in that bad boy. I think I'm more excited for that than that in Block 2. Maybe because it's still just an A320. We've had an A320 since the simulator release, basically. For the A380, I don't think fly-by-wire wants their aircraft to be a payware, though. Fly-by-wire is all about free. Yep, 777, of course, will be a part of the VA, of course. Depends how expensive the 777 is. It's going to be less than $100. Ooh, there we go. Now we're starting to break out, baby. Now we're starting to break out from the clouds. We've had the Phoenix for a while. I think the T7 is more desired as Capsen's let down. Yes. $99.99. It could be, but I'm guessing around what Paul said, about $80. That's what I think. That's what I think the 777 will be. We're still climbing here. We got about 7,000 more feet to go before we reach our cruise. She's trying to get above the clouds. She's struggling. She's struggling to get above the clouds. Obviously, the I-91 is going to be better, so keep the flyby free as it's going to be inferior, but then I use the resources. I don't know, man. It could be worse. It could be better. We really don't know. There's not... I don't think there's a whole lot of information available on the A380 for people to really get their hands on. Next Bowl 5-hour A380 or Airsoft 330. Blue U190 for the first time today. Best landing I've had in the sim for a while. Nice, Kenny. I'm telling you, the E-Jets are really nice. I know Captain hates on them. I know Canada hates on them, but to me, they're really nice and enjoyable. I don't need a VNAV to be able to fly and operate my aircraft. I'm not a lazy pilot. The FMC may not be fully custom, but yet still good enough if you understand how it works. You know, you can't go direct in the star and whatnot, but you can just go heading select. Whew. Wish Bluebird 757 would be out for a 777 and Block 2. I wouldn't mind that either. I wouldn't mind that either. I'm definitely probably going to fly the 757 more than the 777, but I just want all my wide bodies to do all kinds of cargo ops. Like, I love doing cargo ops in their wide bodies way more than I do passenger. I like doing passenger ops in the smaller aircraft, the 73s, the 220s, A321s, E-Jets, but we'll see. But we are finally getting above the clouds here. Anti-ice can come off. Any build A350 most likely come before the A380 fly-by-wire. I don't know. I feel like the fly-by-wire is coming with Microsoft 2024. I still feel that way. It would make sense if they partnered with Microsoft, but yet they're not allowed to say that they partnered with Microsoft yet. Yeah, the clouds are about 30,000 feet. A lot of storm clouds around Alaska right now. Let's go outside the aircraft here. Our beautiful 737. Why does it look like our landing lights on? I could have swore I turned them off. They turned back on somehow. Interesting. They turned themselves back on. Where's the Subway? Yeah, no Subway for dinner. We don't get paid till tonight, so Mav was eating at home. I had some green beans and I had some refried beans and cheese and green sauce for a bowl of beans basically for dinner tonight. Mav's on a budget. Yeah, Mav really needs to be on a budget. We're not going to be able to eat out as much as we used to. I really got to be on a budget if I want to get things situated, and I really want to start flight training later this year and have enough money for Flight Sim Expo, have enough money for World Flight and all that stuff. So got to be more conscious with our money. I spent a god amount of money on this YouTube and Flight Sim last year. Between all the subscriptions and scenery and stuff, probably talking like $4 grand. Yes, I need to win lottery. Yes. CinemaCat prefers modern automation birds. I'm old school. That's why I like the 146. I'm going to change it up. VR work, and no VNAV use. My noodle on descent. I don't know if I really like VOR flying, but I wouldn't say I'm keen to just doing that. I like some automation, but I'll fly some GA just visually and a little bit of stuff like that. But he does like the more modern, I think, aircraft than the less modern. But it's not even about that. It's just his brand. You know, he doesn't like to support aircraft until they're really fully ready, and I can't blame him. Like I said, the aircraft's definitely not fully ready. You know, me and Canada see eye to eye on a lot of things, but I think the E-Jets is one of the few things me and him have to agree to disagree on. Like I said, someone came in the other day and said that, well, they released the other plane before the other one's even ready, but they said they'd do that from day one. So it wasn't a surprise. You just got to keep up with the forums and their announcements. I mean, they've been upfront about everything. I can't say that about most developers. Cough, MD11. You know, we've had access from day one for paying for the plane, early access. Well, it still operates today, and a lot of them still operate today, Kevin, so I guess you consider that modern. Maybe the gauges aren't modern, but the plane operates like a modern plane, just an older modern plane. Oh yeah, it's progressing well now, Mark, but I'm saying it should have already been done. You pay a year in advance, plane should have been way better on their release. That should have been way better on their release. The way they made it sound, at least to me, that it would be a fully functioning plane for those that bought it in advance when it came out. For the most part, like, I don't know. Just paying a year in advance is just horrible before you get anything. Like, maybe, you know, it comes out and they say, okay, we're going to release it to you, early beta, pre-release. For those that want to help us beta test, here you go, pay for it. Done. But do I enjoy flying the A300? I do. I only fly the freighter one, though. I don't do any passenger ops in that thing. But I do enjoy flying that plane, yes. I think more than 2 cargo operators still use them, Kevin. But yes, I mean, they still use a lot of them. Alright, it's not like they're just flying one around. Get daily updates. Well, that's good. I hope so. They need to hurry up and finish the plane, to be honest. Like, it needs to, the MD-11 should be out before any other aircraft gets released at this point. It's not going to be, I don't think, but yeah. The only thing that really bothers me, like I said, is having to pay for it a year in advance. That's the only thing that really bothers me and I don't like. You know, that's the only thing. That's really the only thing I don't like, to be honest. Just don't expect a Phoenix PMDG level aircraft. I mean, that's why I just wanted to fly correctly. I feel good hand flying it. Get me from point A to point B. I don't need a study level MD-11. You know, I'd be happy if it's at the level of like the Horizon Sim A321. That level of the plane just works and there's no real bugs. I don't need system and desk. I don't need, you know, circuit breakers that work. And how many of us really mess with circuit breakers? Let's be honest. Low 747 myself, but it's not a modern plane anymore. It's irrelevant. Lufthansa, Korean Atlas operate a buttload. But that'll make it modern irrelevant. I mean, you could still say the 74 is part of modern aviation because it still flies. It doesn't have to have fancy glass, you know, screen cockpit to be modern. That's just modern gauges, but the plane itself, I think, is still part of the modern era. I mean, it's been around for a long time. But as long as a lot of those planes still fly, I think they're still relevant. Once the plane no longer flies by anyone, then I would say it's irrelevant. Horizons was used on Latin VFR? Yes. Yes. Now, I don't mean on the level of Latin VFR. It needs to be on the level that Horizon makes the plane on that level. Because without it, that plane is shit. Absolute dog crap. Look at these clouds up here, though. Oh my. Get my seatbelt signs off. Can I show the approach chart? Sure. This is the approach chart. We're taking the RNAV Victor runway 8 current approach.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This
Coming
is your
in from
captain
here.
speaking from the flight deck. We have reached the cruising
Looks like a
altitude
last-minute
of
turn onto the runway.
35,000 feet, so feel free to move around the cabin. Now, let me tell you a little secret. You know what's the best thing about being a pilot? You get a breathtaking view from the window, and you never have to fight for an armrest. Jokes apart, we're on board Alaska Airlines Flight 62. Not to be confused with a hit from a bingo game. We're well on our way from the picturesque Anchorage to the beautiful Juneau. The estimated time of your arrival is 9:15 p.m. local time, so you can still catch the late night news, or better yet, the late night snacks. Speaking of the weather in Juneau, it's like a refrigerator, but a little warmer. We're expecting a temperature around 32 degrees Fahrenheit, so remember to keep your jackets handy. We wouldn't want you to turn into a popsicle now, would we? On board with us today, we've got our all-star team, Walter, Martha, Samuel, and Ella, the folks who put the service in in-flight service. They'll be coming around shortly with drinks and snacks, so make sure you've made room for the extra calories. In the meanwhile, sit back, relax, and enjoy the flight, or as I call it, the horizontal elevator ride. And remember, when it comes to flying, we're here to make it a soaring good time. Thank you for choosing Alaska Airlines, where our service is as cool as our name.
Too cold for you? PMDG announcing a secret project at the FS Expo weekend, huh? What secret project is that? Where'd you hear this, Mr. Mark? If they are, I would guess it's going to be a 787. That would be my guess. If they're going to announce any kind of secret like that, I think it would be a 787 because there is no 787 payware project in development anymore. I mean, it very well could be a 75, 76, but I would guess. I would guess 787. How much do you want to bet they're going to show a spring or bolt and call that a teaser? Well, it definitely can't be the Max because that's not a secret. That's not a secret. They've already announced that. The Max is supposed to come out like almost immediately after the 777. I mean, they did troll us. They showed the same thing we already saw. Like, it wasn't breaking news for any builds. Maybe a 727, maybe. I don't know. I just think them maybe getting into the 757, 767 market, because Bluebird's already doing one, would be counterintuitive. I think if they made a high fidelity 787 is where the money's going to be at for them. Everyone's in love with the 787s that are in Microsoft currently. The Horizon Sim mod, it's, I mean, great for a freeware plane. But I think people are in real need of and wanting a 787 payware project. There are 3 minutes. Which one do you pick for them? It depends on what plane you're flying. What plane are you flying? Called the A300 a secret project, but showed us the same stuff we saw years. You're flying the 800? Your minimums are going to be Barrow 1880, I believe. Yeah, 1880. They make planes to fill the void. The only void there is now is the 787. I mean, technically 7.6. There's a void for the 7.6 because Bluebird is making the 7.5 first. And Bluebird probably is not even going to come to us this year, which means the 7.6 is probably a ways down the road. So PMDG's already been secretly working on a 7.6. That would make sense. A 7.5 would not make sense. I mean, I would make a 7.5 before a 7.6 if there wasn't already one in development. But to not do a 767 with level D simulations, well, that has nothing to do with Microsoft, right? I don't think that has anything to do with Microsoft. But I mean, it could be a 757. They could try to beat Bluebird to the market. But my money is on the 7.8. That's my money. 7.8 or I mean, it could be a 727. I mean, I don't know how excited people would be for a 727, but so, but yeah, that's what that would be the smart money move for PMDG. If they could get it out relatively soon by, say, the beginning of next year, maybe even. I don't know. Maybe PMDG's got a Airbus license now? I'm just kidding. Yep, we're going to get that from Bluebird, though, so that's why I don't think they're going to do that, Captain Zip. You got to wait for Bluebird. The 757 from Bluebird probably not coming until the beginning of next year. He didn't sound too assurance that it would be this year. He said they were trying for this year, but didn't want to promise anything. Everyone doesn't loves the 727, so maybe it's his love child. He said that in one interview I saw. Maybe. July! July 14th. What's going on? Good to see you. I wonder if they took over QW development. Remember, I'm just saying someone established 77 developer approached them for support months ago? Maybe. Very well could have. Was I AFK and won a membership? I believe so. Yes. I believe so. I don't remember who gave you the membership, but I think so. Let's ride the speed tape. We do got a tailwind of 48 knots though, so that's good. Alright, so we got about 160 miles to our top of descent. I'm going to put our fix in now. PAJN. So 15 miles, 10 miles, and 5 miles. That, folks, is why you never close out of a MAV stream. That is true. That's why you don't. You never know who's gonna get gifted something. Snow mountains peeking through the clouds down there. Just peeking through the clouds. Really high mountains over there. Look at that sun shining through the cockpit. So 160 miles to our top of descent. That's at 0154 Zulu, so 20 minutes. We're at 20 minutes top of descent. 20 minutes top of descent, baby. If you guys are enjoying today's stream as well, please don't forget to smash down the thumbs up button. We're almost to our goal of at least 30 likes. But I think we need to start a new goal of 40 likes on every stream. So please make sure you guys smash it down. It really does help promote our channel and the live stream. Also helps our Alaskan plane not crash. Will be a cool freighter for Microsoft DC-873 Old Ops Bird, just because it was a cool plane. That could be cool. I don't know if that's necessarily my type of plane, but Gary Waldron. Hopefully I'm saying your name right. Gary, welcome to the Midnight Maverick family. Thank you for subscribing. Huge no skippies to you, sir. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Welcome aboard. I was surprised to see on ForeFlight, avgas is more than Jet A at my home airport. My flights have been hundreds of dollars more because of these gas prices recently. Yeah, gas is through the roof. Gas is no joke. What up, Gary? Gas is no joke. It's expensive these days. Is there a release date? No release date yet, Kale. That's what we're saying in the poll there, seeing which one gets released first, the Phoenix Block 2 or the 777 at this point. Which one do we think is coming first? And I think PMDG is winning just for the fact of people I think want the PMDG more. Yeah, I think it's just that they want it more, but who knows. That's why I have an electric car. The downside about it takes 23 minutes to charge and it costs 20 bucks. Depends on how much you have to charge. I mean, I only ever charge at home. I mean, I charge on the road sometimes, just depends on where I go, but I mostly charge at home, so it charges overnight. And it gets me pretty much everywhere I need to go on a daily basis, so I don't have to charge unless I go on a trip somewhere. Dear PMDG, enough already. We are ready to fly. Yes. Sawyer's Aviation, what's going on? Live weather and time? Live weather, not live time. I wanted to be able to see our flight here. I don't fly in the night. I don't fly at nighttime very often. If there's a full moon out, I'll fly because the full moon doesn't make it makes sure Microsoft isn't pitch black. I don't. So, I mean, there's I guess semi full moon. We could look and see what it looks like, but I definitely didn't fly in live time because I didn't want to do nighttime. So, I mean, it's not completely dark, but I'd rather fly in the daytime right now. Last year renting the Piper Archer for 3 hours was around $250. Now it's $400 to $450. Damn. Double in price. Running electric car was cool, but would not like to own one. Need my diesel. I mean, once I get to a certain point financially, I think I'm going to have an electric car. I'll have my Tesla, but then I'll have like a backup car in case of an emergency. I think you got to always have a gas car just for an emergency at least. But I love the technology. Not necessarily just because it's gas. I just love the technology. The car is faster than gas. There's no delay in acceleration. It drives itself. It has a lot more safety features. It saved my life a time or two on the highway. That's the whole reason why I have it. Not necessarily because it's electric. If a gas car had all the same features, I'd probably still have a gas car. But the other good feature about not having a gas car is I don't have to go to the gas stations anymore and get hassled by bums and crackheads for money and food constantly. That's where they all hang out. I feel like you're going to get mugged at most gas stations around here these days. So I don't have to deal with that. That's the thing I miss the least about having to go get to gas stations. You know, and it's a sad situation. They're there, I get it, but the city needs to step in and do something, but California likes its bums. California wants you to be homeless. There's chargers in Florida, isn't there? I mean, Cali doesn't have necessarily the resources either. We have trouble keeping our electricity on all the time, especially in the summertime. California is a state where they release the new law saying that by 2028 or whatever, everyone must have an electric car. And the day after they announce it, they say, due to power grid struggles, please don't charge your electric cars today. What a joke. What a joke. In bigger cities, yes, but not in small areas like where I am. Well, I mean, it depends on what car. I mean, it gets a lot of range. Like I said, you can charge at home. Charge at home overnight is cheaper anyways. I mean, there's homeless in Texas, but depends on where you go. In the big cities there is. Out in the country in Texas, no, because there's nothing out there for them. North America slowly losing the right to be called developed. I just don't like the car my car being able to be turned off remotely if foul play ever were to occur. I mean, even gas cars, July, are computerized. Like, you could do that to a gas car even. Because without the computer in these new gas cars, you can't go anywhere. So it's really, I mean, EMP goes off, everyone's car is dead. Gas or not. Unless you got a really old car. Noah, yes. Yo, been a minute since you've flown on Alaska and Milk Run Sea. Yep, that's right, V-Seth. Has been a minute. 69 Camaro can't be shut off. There you go. Not a lot of people have old school cars like that, though. Alright, just over 80 miles to our top ascent. 86 miles to go. We got 10 minutes. 10 minutes to our descent. Alright, so we look at our descent. We're going to be going all the way down to 2,700 basically on the descent. So I'm going to go ahead and put that in here now so I don't forget. We're just going to get ready for that descent now. So 2,700 is in our minimums. Are going to be 1880, we said. So hold that down for a minute and let that speed on by. Oh, 1880. Want a refund? Milk runs a minimum of 3 legs. This is just a turn. Refund, please. Well, it's not a turn because we're not going back home. We're not going back to Anchorage. And 1880. 1880 is set. The course for our RNAV is 070. 070. You gonna pick up the Learjet 35? Probably not. Not anytime soon anyways. Maybe eventually. But again, we need to be more fiscally responsible. We spent way too much money on Flight Sim last year. We need to be more fiscally responsible. Plus, we got all the planes that could be released at any moment, all at the same time. We're talking $200 in airplanes to be released at any point in time here soon. Plus scenery that keeps coming out, so I just gotta save my money for something that we're gonna fly more. I want a bigger executive jet. The jet's not big enough. I already got some small ones that we have. The Phenom 100. We got the Vision Jet, Phenom, the Honda Jet. I need a full-size executive jet. That's what I need. Everyone needs to stop making the small ones and make a big one. I'll call it what I want because I'm the captain now. I'm the captain now. Yeah, but X-Plane can't do it. I can't do it. So that don't work. No refund, sorry. I was in the fine print. No refunds on Alaska. If you want a refund, we'll open the door and we'll push you out now. That's your refund. That's your refund, sir. Ejecto Cedo, cuz. Yeah, can't afford to pay for 2 sims. Even if X-Plane was graphically pleasing enough for me to fly. I just can't afford 2 sims. Gotta stick to 1. X-Plane's definitely gotten way more expensive than it even used to be in X-Plane 11, so definitely can't afford both. The Gulfstream started off really terrible, and I've been following the development go from $19 plane to $45 plane. I'm talking about for X-Plane. So that's cool. It's cool, but I want me the Falcon. I want the Falcon Tri-Jet. That's what I want. Doo-doo-doo. Buying the Falcon 50 and P3D here, you're messing with too many expensive sims there, July. P3D is even more expensive than X-Plane. Can't do it. P3D, I'll never do P3D, ever. There's no way, no how. Did P3D for first year world flight, garbage. Hot mess. The thing crashed on us constantly. The scenery looked like The Simpsons. Just nope, can't do it. But again, main thing why I can't do other sims, just it's too expensive, man. Too expensive. I'm not fully sponsored and paid for, and I don't get many things for free, so yeah, minimum maybe $500. Probably got to put more than that into it. If you've only flown Microsoft all your life, consider yourself lucky, Isaac. Don't get tempted to look at the other sims. They're too expensive and not worth it. Stay with Microsoft. Nope, no refunds. You can speak to my supervisor and he'll tell you the same thing. No refunds. I'm going to check the flight path here. Let's go to legs. Cool, that looks good. Flaps 30 is what we should be landing with. Performance tool. Landing en route. Runway 8. Details. Yep. Orbx 3. Port weather. Alright, flaps 30, speed 134 for VREF. GMS, I got the X-Plane 11 once, but didn't get along with it to use Microsoft. Oh, yeah, no, you don't need to mess with that. Microsoft is way easier to deal with than doing all that stuff in X-Plane. Just drag and drop the community folder and pretty much done with it. X-Plane, you had to config files and rearrange files, and scenery had to be in a certain order, and with ortho and no. We got auto brakes 3 set here. We'll get our seatbelt signs back on. Looks like PMDG takes the pole.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is your captain speaking. I hope you've enjoyed your time in the clouds as much as I have up here in the cockpit. But all good things must come to an end, and so has our cruising altitude. We are now beginning our descent from 3,500 feet, which for those of you who skipped math class, is about 3.5 Eiffel Towers stacked on top of each other. But don't worry, we're not going to Paris. We're headed to lovely Juneau. Now, I've got some good news and bad news. The bad news is, we're not serving any more peanuts, so save those last few for a rainy day. The good news is, we're expecting to land around 8:15 p.m. local time, so you'll have plenty of time to grab a late dinner. And who knows, if you're lucky, you might even catch a glimpse of the northern lights. As for the weather in Juneau, you might want to pull out those winter coats. The forecast calls for a chilly 20-degree F, which is about -6 degrees Celsius for our international friends. But hey, who needs a tropical beach when you can have a winter wonderland, right? The flight attendants are now going to do their thing, making sure you're all nice and comfy for the landing. While they do that, I'll be up here, making sure we land this bird safely, and maybe cracking a joke or two with my co-pilot. So sit back, relax, and remember, we're not just Flight 62, we're the funniest flight in the sky. Thanks for choosing Alaska Airlines, where we promise to keep you laughing all the way to the ground. Over and out.
Yep. Sorry, I mean, if you prefer X-Plane, that's all that matters. All that matters is what you enjoy, guys. We can all fly any other sim and fly together on Vatsim, so that's the beauty of Vatsim. Doesn't matter what sim you use. Like I said, I personally just can't use any other sim because it's just not worth the money to me. Too much money. I believe in Microsoft being the future of flight sim. Flight model doesn't really mean much to me because I don't fly the real thing. I have no idea how the real thing flies. I can't comment and say that the flight model feels good or not. I've had real-world pilots say that both sims feel accurate, so it depends on what planes you fly to really how it feels in Microsoft. Depends on what sensitivity settings you put your controls on. Like, you can change the flight model, you can change how it feels, you can make it heavier, make it lighter. You know. But it will never feel the same. Yeah, exactly, because it's a computer. You're sitting at your desk. You're not in a real thing. Simulation, even in level D's at Delta, like, it's still not going to have the same feeling as a real plane. It's you know, a computer. You know, from when I flew X-Plane, I can say that the ground effect in Microsoft, when your plane's landing, feels a lot more realistic than in X-Plane. It seems a lot more realistic, I should say. X-Plane, a lot of planes seem like when you cut the power, they just kind of wanted to drop out of the sky a little bit. Didn't have that same effect on the ground. I don't know how to explain that, but like I said, but it's all about just what you enjoy. That's it. The overall experience of Microsoft is what gets me. Not any one particular thing, but the overall. It is true. Being a real pilot, yes. I plan on doing. I plan on starting the process later in the year for my PPL, sometime after the expo. I don't know. I have an exact time. A lot of things have to fall into place for that, but I'm expecting to start training for my PPL sometime after the expo. That's my goal and my plan. And also to why here soon every Monday we'll be committing to doing GA in Microsoft. Real world GA flying, so that way we can start training and practicing VFR flying and all that good stuff. So how exactly I've flown level D 737 sim. It doesn't feel like real deal 737. I got the opportunity on a functional check ride. Nice. Yep. Yeah, sims will never be 100% feel like the real thing. It will have the same characteristics, but nothing's going to prepare you for real flying of an aircraft other than flying an aircraft. Like sims, the sim's main purpose is just so you can get practice of what all the different systems do, as well as you can do failures without actually dying. You know, you're not gonna go practice engine fires and stalls in a 737, but you're gonna practice that in a simulator. You know, so that way if it does happen, you're prepared for what to do. But it's only gonna prepare you for so much. Even though it's a little off, you know, yeah. I mean, flying in the big sim for, you know, world flight is, you know, as close as you can get without being in the real thing. You know, it's as close as you can get, but even then, it's still not, you know. You don't have the real force behind the yoke. You don't have the plane actually moving. Like, you don't have the added risk factor of that you really can die in this thing. You know, you don't have that feeling. Like, if I do something wrong, like, we're not coming back. There is no restart button. There is no respawn button. That doesn't exist. So I think what he means is it just handles a little bit differently because there could be little tiny imperfections in the make of it. Different wear and tear on the aircraft makes it fly a little bit differently, handles a little bit differently, a little bit different with the engine thrust. That's what he means. Like the plane itself, you're getting a check ride based on the operating system of that aircraft, not necessarily how it quote unquote flies. You're getting a check ride you have, and you know how to properly fly this aircraft. Yeah, there's no way to feel a CG load in the sim no matter how you put it. Yeah. Yeah, that's what he means, Sawyers. Each plane's going to handle a little bit differently because there's different wear and tears, different age, little tiny imperfections. You know, there's those kind of things can make the plane just feel a little bit different in the air, but the plane is still the same exact systems. Same exact controls, same exact way to fly it, land it. If that hopefully explains what he's saying a little bit different. No, not a big difference. So there's not going to be a huge difference between all the aircraft. There's going to be subtle differences. You're going to, you know, you're going to feel a little bit, sometimes a little bit different. But not a difference that, like I said, it's going to cause a safety concern. If it was a big difference, it'd be a safety issue. Altimeter 2986 out here in Juneau. 2986, standard set and cross-checked. Let's get our lights back on here. Yeah, we're not talking no huge differences. Alright, visibility. We got 10 miles of visibility. That's good. Few clouds at 100 feet. Broken, 3,700 feet. So we got patches of fog around the airport, but it's saying good visibility. So hopefully we should be good. Like I said, we are flying the RNAV in. We do have an alternate to go to Ketchikan. Our alternate is Ketchikan, so if we can't land for some reason, we could go to Ketchikan. Yes. Like I said, the simulator will teach you how to run the systems and teach you how to use the autopilot, how to enter the FMC, how to tune your radios and frequencies. But it's not going to teach you what it feels grabbing this yoke. That's what we're talking about. We could all say, I think for the most part, most of us could say, we could sit in this cockpit. I could get this plane powered up, all the switches where they need to be. I could get the APU running. I could start an engine. Hell, I could probably even taxi the plane. But taking off and landing, a whole nother story. Yep, 14-hour sim time, everything else, real life. Yep. Sounds about right. Nope, you can't fly without knowing the systems, but again, you know, technically all these systems, we don't need to fly the plane, right? We could turn off all the autopilot, all the automation. We could visually hand fly this plane if we needed to. But that is mainly what the simulator's for, is to learn systems. But the most important part is actually learning how to handle the aircraft in flight, which you can only do in the aircraft itself. There's a limitation to what you can learn with the systems. Well, yeah, I mean, most sims you go and do flight training, they're not visuals like Microsoft. Although I argue they should be, because, you know, you can learn very well about VFR flying in a sim, landmarks, all that stuff. But again, like I said, you learn most of the stuff in the plane itself with an instructor. But this is definitely a good way, though, if you're going to do VFR flying somewhere, that you go home to your home sim and you take off and do the route that you're going to do, like on your cross-country solo or whatever flight with an instructor, so you can kind of get used to landmarks, know what you're looking for, and it will definitely help and translate into your real-world flight. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and take over the speed here. I'm going to make sure our landing rate monitor is open. Let's get some sounds back up here. We got our music down here for our final approach under 10,000 feet. Seeing the cabin, going in the clouds here. That's going to come on. We're going to get anti-ice for the engines back on. Speed brakes are out. I land the rental 172 like butter, but I can't land worth a damn on the sim in the first couple landings. There's no feel. Yeah, I mean, it's hard when you can't feel, right? It is definitely hard. Like, they'll tell you to stay away from it. Yeah. No instructor's going to get me to stay away from my sim. But we'll still do what we need to do to learn to fly the real thing. Alright, we're coming in, we're looking good here. I'm going to go down to 200 knots, and we're going to go flaps 5 here. We'll slow us down a little bit early for this approach. Your instructor is totally cool to sim? Yeah, I mean, every instructor is going to be different. Which is why it's important to do your research on your flight school before you go. Go do the introductory lesson at a couple different flight schools. See which one works best, what guy you mesh well with. You got to make sure you have the right flight instructor for you. That is very, very key. I think flight sim definitely is a big part in helping people be comfortable on the radios, doing Vatsim or Pilot Edge. I do agree with that. Look at that, the water is all frozen over. Anti-ice is coming off. Engine start switches continuous are on. Arm the speed brake here. Alright, here we go. Short landing into Juneau. I had the similar meaning behind what I was trying to say, Kevin. I mean, as long as you go through the checklist the way your instructor tells you to go through the checklist, Richard, whether it's sim or real life, that'd probably be important. Speed brakes out here, help with the descent. This down to minimums. Nolan, what's going on? Welcome, welcome. Just in time for the arrival into Juneau. Alright, as soon as we make the turn here, we're going to go gear down flaps 15 and arm the approach mode. Juneau traffic, Alaska 62 is 12 mile final, runway 8, Juneau. Here we go, gear down, flaps 15. Clearing ourselves to land with the taxi lights. And arming the approach mode. Fix my heading bug here just in case I need it. Go 170. Put in the final approach mode here. I'm gonna do one of these legs and it didn't have ILS and Helifog, didn't go very well. Yeah, it didn't go very well for us either in Sitka, which is where we're going next. Fox 30 coming out. Alright, we're gonna ride this out till we have visual.
2500.
2500. And we do have the lead-in lights in sight down there. So like I said, this runway is a kind of a last-minute right turn into the runway on this approach. Let's talk about the Dodgers how I'm getting from F. You keep dreaming. You keep dreaming. Alright friends, I'm going to take over here. We got visuals of the lead-on lights, my throttles, and a my airplane. See you guys on the ground.
Approaching minimums.
Continue.
Minimums.
Continue. Juneau traffic, Alaska 62, short final, landing runway 8. Slip it in here right over this mountain ridge.
Five hundred.
500.
400. 200.
2 white, 2 red, looking good. And we're down. Nice and smooth. Reverse is out. Nose down gently. Feel like we got robbed on that landing rate a little bit. 80 knots. Stowing the reversers. Manual braking. Beautiful touchdown. Yeah, no, we got robbed. For sure. We got robbed. Where is my APU? Alright, there we go. Get that APU started. Welcome to Juneau, everyone. Flaps coming in, spoilers are in. Auto brake is off. made it though. Alright, so this rear world flight landed at gate number 4.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is your lead flight attendant speaking, also known as your in-flight comedian. The captain has turned off the seatbelt sign, which means we've touched down in the beautiful city of Juneau. Before you unfasten those belts, please take a moment to check around your seat for any personal belongings you may have brought on board with you. And just a friendly reminder, be careful when opening those overhead bins, as during the flight, items may have shifted and might fall out. Not that we're saying your luggage has developed a mind of its own, but you never know. We've just completed flight number 6-2. Yes, 6-2. Not a football score, but hey, we nailed it like a touchdown, didn't we?
Huh.
The local time here in Juneau is 7:56 p.m. on 20th of February. And folks, it's not exactly beach weather out there, with a temperature of 35 degrees Fahrenheit, so don't rush to change into your swimwear just yet. But hey, don't let the cold fog get you down. Juneau is full of amazing attractions. You can visit the Mendenhall Glacier and maybe do a little ice sculpting. Or you can check out the Alaska State Museum, if you prefer something a little warmer. And for those who are up for it, a whale watching tour could be just the thing. Oh, and for those who love a good holiday, tomorrow is Love Your Pet Day. So, make sure to give your furry friends an extra treat when you get home. On behalf of Alaska Airlines and the entire crew, I'd like to thank you for joining us on this trip, and we are looking forward to seeing you on board again in the near future. Have a great stay in Juneau, or wherever your final destination may be. Remember folks, travel is the only thing you buy that makes you richer. So keep traveling, and we'll keep making your journey a fun one. Good night.
Alright, so we made it. Lovely Juneau Airport here. If she talks too much. We're gonna stop right there. Brake is on. APU gen's coming on. Bleed's on, and engine 1, engine 2 are coming off. Transponder to stand by. That's open. Fuel pumps off. Hydraulics are off. Seatbelt sign. Beacon light and probe heat are all to the off position. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Juneau. And we'll request deboarding. Alright, total flight time. We were just about right on time. Might have been a couple minutes late. Wish we had good Atlanta soon. You want to do Delta E320 from Atlanta to Houston? I mean, the default's not terrible. A little heavy on performance, but not terrible. Not terrible. Terrible. Oh, we stopped a little long, but we were nice and straight. We will request ground power, please. We have made it to beautiful Alaska, Juneau. Ground power is available. APU's coming off. Alright guys, enjoy the deboarding process. We shall be right back as we're going to get our next flight ready to rock and roll. We're going to be a short flight if you guys want to join us in beautiful Juneau here. This is lovely scenery. I like just the steam from like the chimneys coming off the buildings too right now. Like, that's pretty cool. The mountains, the snow. You're at gate 4, I'm at gate 4. We're on top of each other. I'm not sure if we have the freeware or not. I think I have the payware. But we are here, we're loading. We'll get the music back. Give me just a few minutes, guys. I'll be right back, and we'll be ready to rock and roll for our short flight over to Sitka. Hopefully we do not die this time into Sitka. I mean, what am I talking about? That never happened. But yes, Sitka coming up next. See you guys in a few minutes.
Ladies and gentlemen, we will now begin boarding for Alaska Airlines Flight 62, departing for Sitka. Passengers requiring wheelchair assistance, families with small children, and Group 1 passengers are welcome to board at this time. We would also like to extend an invitation to our valued Club 49 members. Thank you for choosing Alaska Airlines. We look forward to serving you.
Do you want to deboard crew?
Attention, please. Group 2 passengers for Alaska Airlines Flight 62 are now welcome to board. We're departing from Juneau and heading to Sitka. Please have your boarding passes and identification ready. Thank you for choosing Alaska Airlines. Safe travels.
All right, we're back and ready for boarding. Back and ready for boarding. All right, let's get our plane ready to rock and roll. Let's go over to our tablet first here. Request our sim brief data for our new flight. Only 26-minute flight time for this flight, guys. So don't blink. Don't blink or you may miss the whole flight. Yeah, we are getting low frames here all of a sudden. Even with the frame gen mode. Probably GSX, but that's alright. Alright, so new flight. We are going to be going up to just a flight level of 14,000 feet.
Good morning, passengers. We are now boarding Group 3 for Alaska Airlines Flight 62. This flight is departing from Juneau and is headed to Sitka. We kindly ask you to have your boarding passes and identification ready. Thank you.
Headed to Sitka. Let me adjust something real quick here. Alright, so that all looks good. We'll put 14,000 in here. Carl, what's going on? Good evening. Good to see you. Which is better, the PMDG 737-800 or Zibo? I would say PMDG is better. Zibo is a freeware, which was a great plane to fly. I loved flying the Zibo when I was in X-Plane 11. But I would definitely say PMDG, I think, it feels better to me. Just in my opinion. No comedy routine? No, our gate agent's very professional. Just the flight attendant and the pilot today are comedians. Sitka is one of my favorite airports in the sim. Great out-on scenery? Yes, I agree. Where are these destinations? I've never heard of them. In Alaska, Carwin. We're in Alaska. Alaska. Alright, so let's go... PMDG. We'll go to route. We're going to add in our route here. This is not a long flight. This is only a 26-minute flight, but these are all real-world Alaska flights. Let's check our zero fuel weight. 1096, that's good. Let's just put our fuel on. We only need to add a little bit, so we just need 95.48 on the fuel. Cool. Alright, we'll load in the flight plan. It's loading. And activate. Alright, so winds are calm right now in Juneau, so it has us departing runway 26 on the June 6th departure. SSR transition. Cool. That all looks good there. Arrival into Sitka. Winds are calm in Sitka right now, so runway 11 straight
Ladies
in.
and gentlemen, Group 4 and any remaining passengers.
So we're going to be
you are
RNAV
invited to
11
begin boarding at this time
into
for
Sitka.
Alaska Airlines Flight 62, departing from Juneau and arriving in Sitka. Thank you for choosing Alaska Airlines, and we look forward to
RNAV
serving
11 from Chuck. Clucky. 26 minutes by air, 5 hours by boat. Although the boat ride would probably be beautiful as well. Boat ride would be kind of fun. Alright, from Cluck there, that's all in. That looks beautiful. We'll request our performance data. We can use our tablet here if we want to for performance. Runway 26 is good. Import from the aircraft. Cool. Optimum. Import the weather. Good. And calculate. So flaps 1 departure here as well. Do 48 degrees. Cool. All right. We'll load that in. Cool. We're only going to 14,000 feet here. That's good. Cell temp will be 48 degrees. And takeoff flaps 1. Saying we should put our trim though at 5.26. 127, 127. And 130. We'll do that. We'll just make sure that we do put our trim. Wait till our hydraulic is on.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the final boarding call for Alaska Airlines.
Brendan
Flight
Pierce, thank you
62,
for subscribing. Welcome to
departing
Midnight
from
Maverick
Sitka.
family. What mod is the gate agent? Sounds so cool. So if you see our overlay at the bottom of the screen, it's called flight-.io. This is a free website. However, the announcement part is AI generated announcements. And that's the only part of this website that's not free. It doesn't require an account on the website. It's a whole electronic EFB. It's got VAT tracking. It's got your flight plan from SimBrief. It's got charts for the US if you don't have Navigraph. It makes a flight crew, a passenger manifest for you. The boarding times, deboarding times. You can get the overlay, kind of what you're seeing now. It tracks on Vatsim. You can track your group flights. It shows everyone that's flying along with you. It'll show everyone in proximity to you on Vatsim based on how many miles you select. So a lot of cool things you can use on flight-io. But the AI announcements are a payware thing right now. It is in beta. It's driven by the makers of ChatGPT and uses their AI program, so it does cost money every time you generate a thing. For everything you use throughout a whole entire flight, it's about 40 to 50 cents, depending. So it's not going to break the bank. Just depends on how often you're going to use it, I guess. There is a chance that it will be a payware subscription eventually, to where it won't be per flight, it'll be just like per month or something. But that's going to be later down the road. Like I said, it's a brand new developer, brand new thing. But you get different announcements every time. You can choose your flight crew. You can choose the names, like we have ourselves as captain. So you'll hear us announce ourselves as Midnight Maverick on the flight announcements. You put in all the information, everything. So it's pretty cool. Stick around and wait to hear our comedic pilot announcements. You can do professional. You can do comedy type announcement. So boarding will be done here momentarily, and we'll be ready to head on to Sitka.
Ladies and gentlemen, the gate for the Alaska Airlines Flight 62 from Juneau to Sitka has now closed. If you have missed your flight, please proceed to the customer service desk for assistance.
Right. So boarding is done now. We'll get the APU fired up. We'll go ahead and do our captain announcement. So just go ahead and get all the fuel pumps on. We'll get the hydraulics on. Yeah, you gotta make an AI API key. You get that? Check out Flight-IO's YouTube page. His website. He's got lots of good tutorials on how to do that.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is your captain, Midnight Maverick speaking. I bet you're wondering if that's my real name. Well, let's just say my parents had a sense of humor and loved the airways as much as I do. Welcome aboard Alaska Airlines, Flight 62, or as I like to call it, double digits of fun. We are about to embark on our journey from Juneau to Sitka. Now, I know what you're thinking. Oh great, another boring flight. But I assure you, with me at the helm, we're in for a ride that's at least 62% more exciting than a regular flight. Trust me, I've done the math. We'll be flying at a level of 14,000 feet, which is just enough altitude to spot the clouds that are trying to impersonate marshmallows. And for those of you who love to live on the edge, we've got scattered clouds at our destination. The temperature there is a cool 7 degrees Celsius, which is about 45 degrees Fahrenheit for those of you who prefer a little confusion in your life. Accompanying me on this adventure is my trusty first officer, Zemp Zemp. Yes, that's right, his name is so nice, they named him twice. Your cabin crew for today will be Walter, Martha, Samuel, and Ella. They'll be making sure your journey is as smooth as my stand-up routine. We are expected to land at about 10:29 a.m. local time. Please note, this is subject to change if we encounter any celebrity birds wanting autographs on the way. Now sit back, relax, and enjoy the flight. And remember, laughter is the best in-flight entertainment. Fasten your seatbelts and prepare for takeoff. Safety briefings will be made by our fabulous flight attendants. Thank you for choosing to fly with Alaska Airlines. Let's take to the skies.
Celebrity birds. Oh, it spits out some wild things sometimes. Some very wild announcements sometimes, for sure. Alright, flight directors are coming on here. We're going to be LNAV off the ground. Get my heading bug in here just in case. Get our beacon light on here. We're gonna go nose right, please.
Release parking brakes, please.
Brakes released.
Commencing push. Due to icing conditions, please stand by for engine start until push is completed and brakes are set.
Alright, packs are off. Let's fire up. Said to wait till we push back. I guess we could wait. We'll listen to him this time. Oh, look at that picture. That's a screenshot right there. Beautiful. Absolutely stunning. We'll wait till he pushes us back to start our engines like they said. Yeah, the only reason it says to not start engines in icing conditions is just because it's slippery. So if the engines are going, it's going to make it harder for the tug to push them back. It's starting to snow here a little bit. Let's see the snow falling. What do I use for screenshots? F12.
Please set parking brake. Unlocking gear.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is your flight attendant Walter speaking, and welcome aboard this shiny bird
Again,
we call a
engine 2 over the ground.
B737-700. It's a little bit like a metal flamingo, only less pink and with slightly less legroom. We're flying from PAJN to PASI, which I'm told are airports, not secret codes. We're here to make sure you have a safe and comfortable journey. And if you're not comfortable, well, at least we got the
Introducing
safety
fuel.
part right. We're Alaska Airlines Flight 62. That's
Elio
right, 62, not 26.
Cases? Hopefully I'm saying your name correctly.
If you thought
Welcome.
this
Thank
was
you
Flight
for
26,
subscribing.
Well, then you are on the wrong plane, my friend.
Welcome to the Midnight
But
Maverick
don't
family.
worry, we'll have a great time together. Let's get serious for a moment, folks. Please fasten your seatbelts low and tight across your lap. To fasten, insert the metal fitting into the buckle and pull the strap to tighten. To release, just lift the top of the buckle. And if you don't know how to operate a seatbelt, well, it's a miracle you managed to put your pants on this morning. In the event that the cabin loses pressure, oxygen masks will drop from the overhead area. Please place the
And
mask
we have
over
good
your own
start
mouth and
on-
nose before assisting others. If you're traveling with small children,
For the
secure your
rollback.
mask first
Now we got a
before
good start
helping
on
with
2.
theirs. If you're traveling with more than one child, well,
Starting
pick
1.
your favorite. There are 8 emergency exits on this plane. 2 at the front, 2 over the wings, and 4 at the back. Take a minute to locate the one closest to you. In some cases, it may be behind you. In the very unlikely event of an emergency landing and evacuation, leave your carry-on items behind. A life vest is located in a
Introduce some
pouch
fuel.
under your seat or between the armrests. When instructed to do so, open the plastic pouch and remove the vest. Slip it over your head and fasten the straps to the front of the vest and then adjust them to fit snugly. I'm not saying we expect to turn this B737 into a cruise ship, but it's always good to be prepared. So folks, sit back, relax, and enjoy our 5-star service. Hope you brought your own 5 stars though, because we ran out last week, just kidding. But seriously, if you need anything, don't hesitate to ask. And remember, this is a no-smoking flight, because who really wants to step out at 30,000 feet for a smoke? Thank you for choosing Alaska
And
Airlines.
rollback.
Now, let's get this bird in the sky.
And rollback. There we go. Good start. Probe heat's coming on. Isolation valve to auto. APU's on. Or sorry, bleeds are on. APU is off. Flight control check. Is good. Transponder is good. Alright, we are good to go. Taxi light on. Elio, thank you for subscribing again, though. Appreciate it, man. Welcome to the channel. And the family. We're all family here. Mr. Brendan Beery coming in out of nowhere with the 5 gifted memberships. Huge no skippies to you, Mr. Brendan Beery, and your continued support for the channel, man. Absolutely kind of you. Appreciate it. No skippies. Appreciate it, Brendan Berry. Thank you very much, man. If you guys got a gift of membership from Brendan Berry, please make sure you thank him in chat. Absolutely kind of you dropping 5 gifted members. Those are your boarding pass for today's flight to Sitka. The storms are rolling in here. Rain and fog. Let's see what the weather is like in Sitka. Good visibility, calm winds. No rain in the forecast there, but... or no rain currently there, I should say. Those gifted memberships rolling in. Thanks, Brandon Berry. Appreciate you. Config, check, normal. We got all throttle armed here and start switches to continuous. Go ahead and get our transponder all the way on TARA. No skippies, baby. No skippies, Mr. Brendan. Got an 8,800 foot runway here. I'm going to taxi all the way down to the end. Here before we depart. I mean, we are going to be doing full tow guide here. They really do. They do. I agree. FT sim sounds for the win. Oh, full throttle then take off? Sure. You mean you want us to hold our... rev the engines up and hold our brakes and then let go? We can do that. We'll do that for Scott. Do it for Scott. Landing lights are all coming on. Juneau traffic, Alaska 62 taking off runway 26 to the south. Juneau. Scenic takeoff departure this is going to be. Alright, here we go. Engines are coming up. Chrono's coming on. Spam them toga emojis. Toga. Release. Rocket ship, baby. Let's do it.
V1, rotate.
V1, rotate. breakout. Beautiful breakout. You bubble wrap the milk for landing? Oh boy. What are you trying to say? Super short flight here. We'll get these continuous switches off. We're going to go ahead and start planning the arrival now. Super short flight. So we got 500 on the minimums. Or 476 radio. We'll go radio. Be a lot quicker. Go 476. Course will be 115. Yep, it's not a long flight, Zim. Short flight. It is a short flight. Let's go ahead and get our fixed data in here as well. PASI, I think is where we're going at. PASI. Beautiful departure though.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is your captain speaking from the flight deck. Welcome aboard Alaska Airlines, flight number 62. This isn't a math test, but we like to keep things
Absolutely
interesting
stunning.
up here. We've now reached our cruising altitude.
If you guys are enjoying this view,
14,000 feet, or as I like
smash
to call
that
it,
like button down
where
for
the
me.
air is rare.
See if
I
we can hit
promise,
40 likes.
It's higher than it sounds. I tried to ask for 30,000, but they told me we're not going to the moon. We're currently en route from the picturesque city of Juneau to the charming town of Sitka. Our ETA is calculated to be at around 10:29 a.m. local time. And for all you weather enthusiasts out there, the forecast in Sitka is looking like a smooth 45 degrees Fahrenheit. Not exactly beach weather, but hey, it's Alaska. As for in-flight services, our fantastic cabin crew, Walter, Martha, Samuel, and Ella, will be coming around to offer you a selection of snacks, drinks, and perhaps a few knock-knock jokes. They've told me they're comedians in training, but don't hold them to that. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the flight. And remember, in case of turbulence, it's just the sky saying hello. Thank you for choosing Alaska Airlines. We'll keep the laughs coming and the plane flying.
Good luck serving packs in 13 minutes. Yeah, no service on this flight. Yeah, the flight attendants are just going to be chucking stuff everywhere. Just going to be chucking the peanuts at you, throwing them at you.
Ladies and gentlemen, hope you're enjoying your flight. If you're not, well, we're about to start our descent, so it's almost over. This is your captain speaking, and I've been told I have a face for radio. We're coming to you live from the flight deck of Flight 62, not to be confused with 62 Pickup, a card game I'm terrible at. We're currently cruising at a mighty 14,000 feet, or as I like to call it, way too high to jump. Now, our estimated time of arrival in Sitka is at 10:29 a.m. And I've got some good news for you folks. The weather is looking just as beautiful as the coffee they serve in first class. We're expecting clear skies.
Great, 3 passengers got hit by Coke cans.
Of about 37 degrees Fahrenheit. And remember, folks, if you didn't like the service today, this flight was brought to you by our competitors. If you enjoyed it, well, welcome aboard Alaska Airlines. Thank you for choosing to fly with us today. Our cabin crew will shortly be coming around to prepare for landing. As they say in the aviation industry, we have control of the plane, but you have control of our hearts. I'll speak to you again once we've landed. Until then, sit back, relax, and keep those seatbelts fastened. Thank you, and good morning.
Yep, stay in those seats. Hope you guys weren't trying to get up to use the restroom. No time on this flight. No time on this flight. We are already about to hit top of descent. In 20 miles, less than 20 miles. We're going to auto brakes 3 here. Let's go to our performance calculator. Go landing en route. Import the aircraft details, import the weather, calculate. Available stopping distance is 1,600 feet. We need 4,600 feet of that with auto brakes 3 and flaps 30. Auto brakes 3, flaps 30. 128, 132, that's correct. Cool. Already about to begin descent. Let me get the replay tool ready. Don't let me forget the replay, guys. It's going to be a fast approach. And I don't want to forget the replay. Just enjoy the wing view here before we start our descent. And then tomorrow, guys, tomorrow we should be back to Truckin' Tuesdays tomorrow. So we'll be doing some trucking tomorrow. If you guys want to join us on a convoy, join the Discord, download, make sure you have all the mods that we have. It's not very many. I think we only have like 14 that we use in Truck Sim. And you can join our trucking company, Midnight Express Logistics. Truckin' Tuesdays back again tomorrow. Truckin' Tuesdays brought to you by Thrustmaster. Shout out to our friends at Thrustmaster providing us with that trucking setup with the wheel and everything. Replay alert. I should. I'll get one, Scott. I'll get a redeem replay alert. I will do that before this weekend. If I remember. I should remember. Alright, this runway here requires a back taxi. No 4 go-arounds. Hey, Map Scott, I don't know what you're talking about, man. You alright over there? You hallucinating? No idea what you're talking about. Well, we have officially started our descent. Winds are calm? Yeah, winds are calm. Winds are calm. So we should be fine. Altimeter is 2986. We're going to bring our flight down to minimums, which is 500. terrain on here just in case through the clouds. I don't think we'll need it, but never know. Don't make it 5. Okay, last time we were flying in the E-Jet, we messed up the ILS system and did it way too early, so we lost our ILS system, and there was like 0 visibility. There was 0 visibility into the airport. That was what the problem was. And then we tried to be a maverick and just swing it in there last minute. Didn't work very well. But Mark wasn't flying the plane we were flying. Mark had an autopilot system that was working. See you on the ground, Zip. See you on the ground. Sitka traffic, Alaska 62 is descending on the RNAV runway 11 approach passing 8,500. 5 miles from Clark. One here. As co-pilot holds the throttle in fear. What are you trying to say, Scott? We got this. We got this. Smash down that thumbs up button. We get to 40 likes, we for sure got this. And we won't crash. Let's see if we can't power to 40 likes before the end of the stream. Alright, speed brake armed. start switches to continuous. Looking good so far. Nice steady descent. We'll go 180. We'll go flaps 5. We'll arm approach mode as soon as we make the turn to final. Sitka traffic, Alaska 62, 15-mile final, runway 11, Sitka. Good news, runway is visual. Yeah, according to weather report, should be visual, so it should be good. Should be good. And we're on the approach mode. Approach mode is good. Get our heading bud fixed. Gear down, flaps 15. Glide path is good. Keep the autopilot on until about 5 miles out or so. Get your landing rate guesses in now. Get them in. We don't have a long runway we're working with, so we can't float it. We can't float her. We got to get her down. You're in a back taxi right now. Well, hurry up and get off the runway. Coming in hot. Sitka traffic, Alaska 62, 10-mile final, runway 11, Sitka. Alright, final approach speed's coming in. Flaps 25. And flaps 30. Start the recording now. Runway lights or something. No runway lights yet. We got this, Scott. We got this. Sitka traffic, Alaska 62 is 5-mile final 11. Last call, Sitka landing, Alaska 62. Alright, now we're starting to get visual, I believe, of the runway. There it is. We have a visual. We have a visual. All the throttle's coming off my airplane. I will see you guys on the ground. Looking good. We are looking good here.
Approaching minimums. Minimums.
Continue.
Four hundred. Three hundred. 200. 100. 50. 40. 30. 20. 10.
And we're down. Versus routes. 80 knots. Still in the reversers. Manual braking. The milk survived. Let's go to the end of the runway here and we'll turn around. Look at that view. The view is one of a kind. Auto speed brake is broken. What do you mean? It worked just like it was supposed to? Sitka traffic license 62 back taxiing runway 11 for Bravo. Sitka. You got the landing rate right? What was our landing rate? We got a minus 173. Is that what you, and you said 173? Look at that.
PA system crackles to life. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and all those in between, welcome to the one-of-a-kind Sitka, Alaska. This is your favorite flight attendant, the only one who's as high in the sky as his jokes are low on the ground. Firstly, let me thank you for choosing Alaska Airlines, flight number 62. You could have chosen any airline, but you chose us, and for that, we rank you higher than a polar bear on an ice float. Local time is around. Let me check. Oh yes, 9:56 p.m.
Well, that's just the way that we have it mapped. That's the reverser, not the auto brake.
And for my American friends, the weather outside is
It's holding the reverse thrust with a
For those of you
button
who
on
prefer
the
Celsius,
throttle.
well, sorry, this is
Yeah.
America. Now, don't rush off this plane too quickly. Sitka has a lot to offer. If you're into history, check out the Sitka National Historical Park, where you can witness the famous totem poles. And if you're more of an outdoorsy person, the Tongass National Forest is just a stone's throw away. But remember, any stones thrown must be returned. It's a national park, not your personal rock collection. And last, but certainly not least, a big shout out to all the lovers out there. Valentine's Day may have passed, but the love in the air is still palpable. Maybe it's the cabin pressure, or maybe it's the mini bottles of champagne. But either way, cherish it. On behalf of Alaska Airlines and the entire Flight 62 crew, we thank you for flying with us. Remember folks, we love to fly and it shows, especially when we're telling jokes at 30,000 feet. Now please, stay seated until the seatbelt sign has been turned off. Safe travels, or as the bears here would say, roar, roar, roar. Good night everyone. PA system crackles and goes silent.
Welcome to Sitka, Alaska, ladies and gentlemen. Absolutely beautiful flight. 2 beautiful flights into Juneau, into Sitka. That sunset, though, off the water. Good God. Alright. Good God. That is beautiful. We're going to take the turn into this gate right here. Taxi light's going to come off. Take the one jetway here at Sitka. And we'll stop right there. Brake is set. Let's get APU gen on. And we'll shut her down. Engine 1 and 2's coming off. Transponder to stand by. We will stop the recording. Fuel pumps coming off. Seatbelt sign, beacon light. Hydraulics and probe heat. We made it. Sitka is really beautiful when you don't die on approach. It is beautiful when you don't die on approach. That is a beautiful, photorealistic. Absolutely beautiful here in Sitka. Hope you guys enjoyed our flight. If you guys did enjoy our flight, please don't forget to smash down that thumbs up button. Got the U.S. Coast Guard over there. Maybe we'll do some Coast Guard flights soon. But that is just stunning right there. Absolutely stunning. Cam, what's going on? Stopping by with a like. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Make sure you thank Brendan Beery in chat, Cam. He gave you a free gifted membership. Hope I'm staying dry. I'm staying dry. It's raining here, but we're staying dry. I'm sorry, but just we're going to sit here and watch the unloading a little bit, and this just beautiful Alaskan sunset. My God. You guys don't enjoy this view. You're not human. You're not human, and there's something wrong with you. Absolutely incredible view. So for those of you guys just joining us too, we are doing Truckin' Tuesdays tomorrow. We'll be live again, normal time, 7 p.m. Pacific time for Truckin' Tuesdays. Join us out on the road as we look to build up our trucking empire on Truckin' Tuesdays. Appreciate all of you guys that hung out with us today and went on our journey from Anchorage to Juneau to Sitka. Absolutely beautiful. Haas, you as well. You as well. We're going to get loaded up and we're going to watch our replay here in Sitka for an absolutely beautiful replay in with the sunset. Let's go ahead and get in our plane here. We'll get GSX reset. And we'll go in here and we'll get our Kutal script. Not Kutal script. We'll get the plane Reload it up for final. Engines are coming back to life here. All our landing lights back on. Plane's ready to rock and roll. We'll disconnect from Vatsim. Here comes the replay.
80 knots.
We'll wind it in here just a little bit. Ooh, look at that wing view. Enjoy this view all the way in, guys. Say what you want about Microsoft, but no other sim will give you this kind of view for sunset and sunrise. Yep, absolutely gorgeous. Smooth, baby. Nice and smooth. Love it. Every time I think of Sitka, I think of the movie The Proposal. Have you guys seen the movie The Proposal with Ryan Reynolds and Sandra Bullock? Every time I hear Sitka, that's what I think about. Right on the 1,500 footers. Let's check the outside view here. Mr. Davis with a naked Sandra. No, never saw it. I mean, heard of it. Mr. Davis, you did miss some beautiful, beautiful Alaskan flying. You missed it, man. You're gonna have to go back and watch it. You did miss some beautiful Alaskan flying, man. Beautiful flying. Been doing GTA Cop RPM Exhausted? Nice. We're hoping to be doing that here soon. Yeah, we are definitely hoping to be doing some of that soon on the channel. Still getting that all sorted out. But yes, some beautiful, beautiful flying in Alaska. Thank you to all my members, subscribers, moderators, donors, sponsors. You guys are absolutely incredible. And you guys have helped us build such a wonderful community here on the channel. Thank you to all the new subscribers tonight, new members. Brendan Berry gift for those gifted memberships. Absolutely beautiful, right on the center line. Oh, party. Party. We're going to be back flying some more 737, I think, this weekend. It's been a while since we've flown the PMDG. I've missed her. I've missed my 7.3, man. Absolute beauty to fly. So good. But this landing here, man, awesome. Incredible. Incredible. Doesn't get much better than this. Coming in here and putting her down right in Sitka. Absolutely beautiful. You guys are incredible. I love you. I'm going to rewind it here. You'll get one more replay in of a course from the GoPro view. Enjoy the last flight in, last replay in. And I shall see you guys tomorrow night for Truckin' Tuesdays. Truckin' Tuesdays is live tomorrow, 7 p.m. Pacific time. We'll see you then. Join us on the truckin', in the truckin' world. Take care, guys. Maverick's out. See ya.
Try and get grit, but it don't make sense. Cause you could lose life on this fast route. Yeah, turn thoughts to a cash cow. I might flip that to the glass house. I don't need the accolades, I'm in love with the chase. I just wanna eat, save a spot at the table. Beast with the slap, pin myself on the map. Blowing with the wind, but we knowing that it's cap. 5-hour flights, couple nights at the flat. To be real, couldn't see me making moves while I'm at. I'm still on the grind, living time when I chat. Burn it down, sage, keep the demons away. When I write it, give a piece of myself to the page. I don't do it for the praise, love, that's just how I'm made.
From the glass in the mirror. Yeah. Throw it at me, old man, trying to pass in the fear. You're the first one to talk, but the last one to hear. Eyes blurry, but I couldn't see that. Then he cleared down. Start to feel like I'm on one. Settle in, I'll be here for the long run. I'm a slave for the cash, got snakes in the grass, no brakes on the ad, but it's all fun. We done seen it all, heard enough, give me space before I murder y'all. 10 bad here, I'ma curve them all. 12 missed calls, and I still made a curtain call. Here to light it up, lighten up. Hear him talking, they ain't right enough, tighten up. Everything that I came for, I left with. I don't bang sets, I just bang on the set list. Going past supper when I came for the breakfast. Put me in your prayers, I might put you on the guest told, got the same on my